And we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of You Know What? Let me just say podcast. I am your host Ray. With me as always, we have Material Life.
Hey,
We got D Wolf.
Yo, greetings.
And last but not least, we have the lovely Crystal.
hola.
It's been a long week, but how's everybody doing today?
Long week.
Good.
Is that Halloween's almost here, so how y'all feeling?
I don't know. This Halloween seemed to be a little bit more fun than last one. Well, I guess I'm doing more activities this Halloween.
I just
Okay.
want a group to go with to the what you call it, Hallow Scream at Universal Studios. That's all I want. I don't ask for much. I just need a group so I can run and, run away from whatever's chasing us. It would be nice.
Oh.
I'm doing a Fright Fest on Saturday. I'm super excited.
Oh, take pictures. Let me live through
Yeah.
you. Because, yeah, I'm kind of stuck.
Yeah, yeah, take pictures for me too, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be working.
Hmm.
Yeah, I got you on my spirit.
All right. So with that being said, let's get into let's get into the first topic of the day. D Wolf is multiplying as usual. That means Jesse. Yeah, that means Jesse is fucking with his shit.
Nah, his alter ego coming out. One about to
Ah,
speak.
okay. Okay. Let's go to the let's go to the first topic of the day, and I would like to ask y'all, what are places that you have been taken on as a first date?
I've been taken to the park.
To the park.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Because they had like these little cute rowboats. I don't know if they still have it, but it goes on the water and you have to use your legs to row it. So
The ones with the ducks on there?
yeah, those. I don't know what they're called, but that was romantic.
Oh.
So yeah, I liked it, and I got me a hot dog. Hmm.
This, and this was in New York?
Yeah, specifically Prospect Park, that area.
I don't know why. It reminds me of something I seen in Hitch. I like that movie though. But,
Yeah, because I think they were in Central Park.
yeah.
Hmm.
What about you? What about you, B?
Like at first date place?
Yeah, first date.
Like worst first date place? Or I'm
No, no,
confused.
no, no. Just like what were places that people took you on your first date?
Mostly places to eat.
Okay, they kept it simple. Okay.
Yeah, I've never been like I've never had the park situation first date. That's just I don't even seem like a park type person, so that was just not even gonna be normal. The beach, uh,
I hope it wasn't Virginia Beach.
mm-mm. I First of all, once I joined the military, I couldn't even stand the thought process of open water. Oh, no, that's just a no. That's not even cute to me no more.
Uh,
When I was younger, I didn't know better. But once you become an adult and you join the military and you realize that the amount of waste they put into open water, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I don't never want to see open water no more.
you know what's funny? Because there's a lot of And not to side note this, but there was a bunch of old heads that was retiring. They was talking about they want to go on a cruise, and I always looked at them weird for doing that. It's like you leave one boat just to go on another.
Now that's different. There's a difference between working the boat and and not giving a damn. Just being free to do whatever you want because you don't gotta work it. You just out here just living your best life. I would definitely do a cruise. My mom was trying to take us on a cruise when we was younger, but we were all acting up, and she was just like, "Yeah, y'all doing too much."
Maybe it's just me. I always found that weird. But maybe, like I said, maybe it's just me. Uh,
But this is you working it now. You're not working it no more. You're like, it's like you're on there on a like paid vacation to get to like one destination to the next, and then you can like have fun. I wanted to do a cruise, but I don't have the energy to be on a boat for like 8, 10 days trying to get when I can fly to all these locations pretty fast. Um, but I don't know. I I hope a first date would be one day where we go on a trip somewhere, some foreign country. That'd be a great first date if that ever happens.
that's a lot. That's a big wish. That's a
No,
so,
that's a possibility. I still got a whole lot of first dates that I need to, catch up on.
you know what? Never say never. So okay.
Hmm.
Now, D Wolf, what about you?
Huh. Well, I never. Okay. I figure out how to say this. I never really went on like romantic dates until like the. I never dated like that because I usually went on general dates that could be with anyone. But when it came to romantic stuff, usually the relationship was already established. So when that came around, I was in Brooklyn at the time, so most of the time, anytime you wanted to go out like on a romantic date or something like that, you went to the city. So mainly we went to like Times Square to either go to the cinema, get a nice meal. So it was mainly like a Times Square type of deal. Like that's how it was. If you want to go somewhere romantic or expensive, that's how it will be. So it was always, and when I moved to LA, it was always a mall. So I never made any, you know, big deal out of where we went as long as we went and had fun, you know.
Okay, that's interesting. I get.
Yeah, I was
uh,
never a dater, yeah. I couldn't do it. Like, you either like each other or don't, and then we move from that spot. I'm not. I never went on like, okay. I never went to date to court a woman. I never did that. I just, if the vibes are there and we feeling each other, then you move from that point. But I never like did anything like that. It was so general, especially in LA. Like everybody did it. It didn't have to be romantic. Everybody took each other somewhere. So
you know what? I can dig that. I can dig that. Well, the reason why I asked because there was something that popped up this week that obviously I think material like she said she's excited to talk about, and I thought this was very interesting to bring. But a couple women, came up with a list of 30 places that you should not take someone on a first date. And this was all done by like a couple women on Facebook. So y'all see the screen? I don't know if anybody
I
can
see it.
okay.
I'm
All
on
right.
my mobile, so I can't, but it's all good.
I could
Yeah.
see it.
All right, cool. So these are some of well, these are the list, the full list below.
You might have to like log out and log back in so you can be able to see the list if you're on mobile. Because it just might be like, Jitsi was playing with you, so now she's like acting funny.
Oh no, it just never worked on this phone. It's only on the computer.
Oh,
I've tried
okay.
all that already. It's all good. I see. I like. I've gone through that anyway. I know what y'all talking about. So it's all good.
Okay. Okay. Uh, So, all right. So let's go to these are according to these women. These are 30 places you should not take your woman on a first date to. Number one, Cheesecake Factory,
Of course.
Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden. I know B loves herself to Olive Garden.
Because the whole list is giving cap, but okay, let's continue on before I
Let's
start going
continue.
in.
Okay. As we continue, the movies, your house. First of all, that's not a date. I don't care what anybody say. If someone invites you to your house, that's not a date. Obviously, that's just
A
um
booty call.
Only if
yeah, a
somebody's
booty
cooking.
call.
Only if somebody's cooking. Like straight up.
I
Can't move at
don't.
all.
It's funny. I don't even consider someone cooking for you a first date. I just think of that as a gesture before the booty call.
Yeah.
First
But
of all, a first date at somebody's house, that's wild to me. Yeah. Let's continue on because y'all already know how I feel about that randomness. Like that's just weird psychopathic behavior. Like don't even make sense to me. So
no, okay. Uh, any fast food chain, Buffalo Wild Wings, aka B Dubs. I don't, you know, I love me some wings, so that's just me. Wingstop, Red
People like
Lobster. Red, I think Red Lobster is cap because women love the Red Lobsters. The cheddar biscuits be fire. So a buffet, and I don't. This one, I call cap on this one too because especially if a girl like to eat, why wouldn't you want to take her to a buffet where she can eat as much as she want? This stupid, but let's keep going. IHOPs, Denny's, the gym, church, Starbucks, coffee dates, ice cream dates, family functions, movie night, Netflix, Hulu, etc., or the Netflix and chill. Somewhere that requires a long drive, bowling, nightclubs, a hookah bar, a bar for just drinks, Waffle House, and sport events.
the crazy thing about this list of 30 is for 28. And
Yeah,
these are
it's not
all
for
things
28.
you take yourself to. Not even first date. Like these are all things everyone has been to. And it's not even for a first date, whatever. Like you have been everything on this list, somebody has been to every single line item on this list. And they're making it seem like this is some grand location. Like y'all act like y'all ain't been they act like they ain't been okay. They probably been to cause down hookah lounge is like the new nightclub. To be honest, hookahs in every nightclub, every bar, um, coffee drinks, Starbucks drinks, Panera Bread, Cheesecake Factory, all everything on this. If you a person that eats, you've been to every one of these locations. You've been to your own house because you don't ate at home. So I'm like, people say stuff and it's just they be saying stuff just to say stuff to sound more ignorant. Like first of all, first date is to get to know each other. Where else is you gonna do that? Because everything listed on here is places you except your house. That's just a definite no. Um, keep going down. Let me see if there's anything else. And long drives, ugh, a definite other no. Like a family function, no, because that's even more weird.
Like
You
a
take
family
me to
picnic.
family functions and like I just met you today. Like how am I at your uncle's, you know, going away or his kickback. Like that's it's giving very much hood. Um, like we just around the block. Like this is wasting my time. Mm. And I don't want to do no long drive like when we first meet each other because it's giving very much. Why am I in your car? I don't know you like that. We taking a long drive. You can kill me, but okay. Let me just be stupid and be on a long drive with you, going from where I live to the border of Mexico to be sold. So hell no, I don't want to do no long drive with somebody I met that day.
Not gonna sneak cocaine in on the first date.
No, I'm like these are certain things. It's just like, bruh, like, do you not love yourself enough?
Put put the drugs in your socks. Just go.
No, and you know, if there was cocaine in the back trunk and the police pulled us, oh baby, don't worry about me, cause I'm gonna let him know it's back there. I don't
Uh,
even know why he thought it was okay to put me in this car with this whole stack. It is not mine. I'm not about to do a gunner and say, well, it's not mine. No, I'm gonna go all the way. It's not mine. It's his.
fuck you, me.
Like Gunner only said it's not mine. That's it. Like he was like, it's not mine. I don't know who it belonged to. I just know it don't belong to me. It could have been there 20 days ago. I don't know. I don't know nothing about it. Me on the other hand, if you tell me oh man, I got some stuff. Sir, there's some stuff back there that don't belong to me, and it solely depends on him. So you need to figure out what y'all need to work on because he just told me this. There's some drugs back there. So no, I'm not doing no long drive. I'm not about to be a mule for nobody. And movie night, Netflix, Hulu, first night, I don't know you. If we want to do Netflix, Hulu, I could sit in my house, you could sit in your house, and we're gonna both put up Netflix at the same time and watch it. And that's two friends at this point in time. Where there's nothing about a first date giving that, right? Is it giving first date if I'm sitting in my house, you sitting in your house, and say, "Oh, at 9 o'clock, let's go watch this show." Get onto the phone. At this put all both of us have our phones out. We are on our laptop watching a Netflix or a Hulu show at the same time, talking back to each other. It's giving friends, right?
I have a you know you could do that on Discord where like y'all can watch movies at the seats of your home, so you don't even have to like synchronize and shit. It's like I could just put a movie here, and y'all could just watch it. So
But
because
it's
of
giving
technology.
friends. Does that give romantic? Does that give like I want to spend the rest of my life with you? No, it's giving friends.
I mean, obviously not because you're in your house and I'm in mine. So
Yeah, and that's giving me and my best friend sitting on the phone for 6 hours, just kicking it back, just chilling. Yeah, it's giving friends. That's not even cute. Like I I'm not coming. You're not coming to my house. I'm not going to your house on first date to be watching Netflix and chill. No, it's not happening. So the list, all the other food places, perfection. Like they're all great locations. I don't even understand what people talking about because I can clearly take myself on that date to all these locations. First dates, I don't have no problem. Some of them I probably didn't. I don't care for like Cheesecake Factory. I don't care for Red Lobster. I don't care for. Um, that's about it. Chili, sometimes I don't care for it because sometimes it be hit or miss. Applebee's, I don't really care for it. Be hit and miss too. Back in the days, it used to be good, but lately, I feel like certain places they be out here giving us trash and then think it's okay. Like the food don't be seasoned, but I guess people just tired of working, so I don't know.
Anybody else has something to say about this? By the way, Father done into the chat. What up, Father?
What
Hey,
topic
Father.
are we on?
The 30 places that you're not supposed to take on a first date.
First date? Bet. All right, here we motherfucking go. Listen, I'm gonna need y'all to listen up for this real quick. So, when it comes to a motherfucking first date, my intention is to get to know the lady because there is a potential relationship at stake here, which means I'm going to be investing my time, my money, my emotions, all that shit into another human motherfucking being. So, when this motherfucking list came out, I fucking laughed my ass off because first of all, the fact that dating has gotten so fucking transactional to the point where niggas is putting fucking to not to do lists on fucking social media means that these people are not dating with the proper intention. All right.
Mm.
Like, if I can fucking get a woman that I like and she likes me, we can go out for fucking ice cream for a first date and she'll be fucking cool with it. You want to know why? Because there's already an established connection. There's an interest. I like you. She likes me. And guess what? I don't have to second guess nothing. I could just let the date be what it motherfucking is. Now, let's say the date went really motherfucking well, and then we go on a second date. Now it's a bit more intimate because now we already established a foundation thanks to the motherfucking first date. You see how things work? It's like stairs. One step
Simple.
at a motherfucking time. I don't
Simple.
know why people overcomplicate this shit. Of
Yo.
course, I'm not gonna take some random ass girl to fucking Applebee's. That's disrespectful. You want to know the reason why it's disrespectful? Is because Applebee's, like, that's a place I could go, spend some $20 and then be cool. But like, if I'm serious about getting to know you and I don't know what you like, I don't know what your interests are, I don't know anything like that, then it can be perceived as disrespectful because you think you think I'm just cheap. That's the perception of it, right? So when we are having these conversations, it's important that people know what the fuck they're talking about before they open their mouth because there's a lot of dudes out here that's used to attracting honey with money. But let me tell you, as soon as the money is gone, they're gone too. Or as soon as they see another fucking fish with a sweeter honey, or they see a motherfucking bee with a sweeter honey, they're gonna go. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's what you came off as. You came off as the money. You came off as the materialistic. You came off as Mr. I'll buy you a Gucci and Gabbana. Okay, all of that's cool. But other niggas can do that too. And other niggas got it more than you. So now it becomes competition. So now you've objectified the woman. So now you're making lists on social media about where or where not to take a woman. Ugh, bruh. The dating pool got pee in it.
Mm.
I'ma buy you a drink.
I'm like,
Indeed.
if you're trying to get to like, yo, before I even ask her, all right, let's say I'm gonna ask her out on a date, I'm gonna have a conversation like and try to get her without her knowing what I'm trying to do. Like, what are your favorite places? Try to squeeze it in so that way you can make it a surprise for her. But no, I will believe this is what I think. Like, normally when you do that, these are the places that she would say. So the guy is like, okay, oh, that's your favorite place. Oh, I love, when you're having conversation, like, oh, you know what a good spot is. Oh, I love that place. You know this and the other. You should go there. I can eat that right now. You had that conversation, and the guy is like, oh, Applebee's. All right, keep that in mind for when I do ask you out. That's what I feel like what happens, and then they disenfranchise when they realize that's what they're taking up. But the guy is like, I'm just trying here, because the guy's not. We don't know unless we're rich and we run in certain circles and we know all the spots that's like, or you need a reservation, shit like that. Unless we know about that, we're not doing that. And so I think it is that effort that's put in. But most of the time, it's as simple as, what do you want to, like, what does she want to do? Where does she want to go eat? I'm not afraid to ask. I don't need to surprise you. I'll be like, yo, I'll take you where do you want to go? Let's eat. Let's go on a date. Pick your place. I got you. That's easier than this list because I'm telling you, man. I'm sure a lot of girls like 90% of that list is where they want to go anyway. That's what I found funny. I'm like, I remember past relationships, and I'm like, Jesus, this list. I'm like, yo, I didn't even get to bring certain girls there, and they wanted to. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's like today or something, and it may also be environmental thing. Maybe that's what we know. It depends on where you're from. So those are the high end places, or that's the big place where you pay good money, or the place you go for the special occasion. And that's what's around. So which one's the best? Which one like, because nobody's going to these places every day like that, unless like maybe Buffalo Wild Wings for like certain games or something like that. But certain places, those things are occasional. So in our minds, we're like, you know what, that'll be romantic. It costs a little more than the regular McDonald's or Burger King. So she might appreciate that. So maybe I'll do that. But at the same time, most of our concern is like, where do you want to go? Like, where would you have fun? I want to try to do the right thing here because it's my money anyway. So that's why, yeah, because I'm like, it's so simple. That list made it seem a bit, yeah, overcomplicated for no reason. Because I'm like, what do you want? It's that simple.
All right.
But I get the dating thing is for like if you just meet, but people go on dates after, so you might not know. But go ahead.
I'm gonna keep it all the way fucking real. What self-absorbed bitch decided to take her sweet ass time instead of getting fucking money to make a fucking list of bullshit? What Kermit the Frog ass list is this? Because I would like to fucking know. At the end of the day, a bitch with a wig do not
Sheesh.
speak for me. I'm sorry. I
It's a
bet you the
clout
bitch writing
chaser.
the list, her shit was slanted as fuck. Don't
It was
take
a
pride in
clout
herself.
chaser.
Huh?
It was a clout chaser, a little want to be famous on social media influencer.
You mean one that don't even know how to wash her ass
Oh
or where
God.
her G spot is? Because I'm sick of these hoes. They do not represent me. I like men who actually want to get to know me, I and can carry me anywhere their ass can afford to. It don't fucking matter. So if any bitch got time to write a list and speak for all of us, go back to school and write for yourself. Write all the paragraphs you want, but keep women's out of it. Write for your little ass girlfriends that won't have husbands at the age of 40, 50, 60, and shit like that. Because
How
that's
old was
how
this person?
y'all coming out your fucking neck right now. Don't talk for me. Because I'm sick of
How
this
old
shit.
was this person? What's the generation of the person that we?
The kind of generation that would rather want a man for his money instead of a man for the way that he supports her emotional health. She wants the man with the money, and then when the money runs out because it can't fix her wrinkles, because remember how she got him based off of where he can take her. All right? When her ass get old, he ain't gonna be nowhere to be found. He can be chasing a clone of you. Y'all dumb hoes stay writing these dumbass fucking lists and don't even know how to write a fucking check.
Yeah, I
Sick
think
of
a
it. I'm
high body
tired.
count.
Like, I'm to the point now that people are really comparing a list that was written by a toddler.
High body count comes to mind.
Nah, she don't represent me. Whoever wrote this fucking list or whoever added onto this fucking list do not represent me. I know that they would love to represent an empress, but nah, I'm good. So they can keep Kermit the Frog list and keep debating on it because it's not realistic. This delusional ass Matrix shit needs to fucking stop. They need to. It's funny how it was a response to the list. I think it was a joke, but it's just funny to me that we're responding to a delusion of a list, and no statistics was brought up, no facts, no nothing. Just, oh, this is what women want. No, this is what little girls want. Ones that ain't used to fucking money or what wealth is. The fuck? These bitches getting out of hand, yo.
Bruh. It is infuriating. Like, it's very infuriating to have these conversations over and over and over again, because it's the same SpongeBob bucktooth fucking game goofy ass niggas having the same conversation over and over and over again.
Mm.
I don't think they're considering where the guys are when they wrote that list because I'm like, yo, I think this like that list looks like okay, this is the best I could do right now with what I could for you, ma'am. My money is going towards this for you, and because that's why I asked like the age because I'm like, if it's like straight up, what's the generation behind this again?
Generation X.
So I'm like, they don't. I don't think they. I don't. Yeah, I don't think they understand like what we're going through right now. Maybe they're so used to all that. Silicon Valley money or something like that, like crypto. But outside of that shit, like nobody's making that type of money yet, especially at this, because that age, like when I'm looking at it, I'm like, these people are young, you know? You're not going to understand because a guy's going to start off by giving you a list of places like that to go. But once you establish and you grow, as a man, especially when he's in love, yo, you think that's where it's going to stop? That's going to be like, that's going to turn into McDonald's. You're like, oh, let's just go there today. But when you want to take care of your lady, make her feel special for that day, you think he's gonna take her there? No. That's why I'm like, I feel like, yeah, these are young minds. Whoever wrote this is young. You don't understand because, and they're not considering where the mind of a man is at that time, or young man. Because I'm thinking of myself, I'm rewinding back in time and saying, oh yeah, that's the most I could afford. But that's the most I will do. So I'll show you. Look, that's expensive for us right now, and I'm doing it because I'm not going to take you to McDonald's for a day. You can do that anytime. I'll take you to the Applebee's. I'll take you to the Red Lobster. I'll take you to the ones that cost a pretty penny. Just to show you I really like you. I'm spending time and money on you right now. That should just tell you right there. Okay, what does the future look like if he's going to do this? I don't think they look at it like that. They're like, oh, you're taking me there. It's all that lady from that video. That's what we're seeing. That's all it is. That Cheesecake Factory lady. That's what it is now. They're not considering that. That's why it was on top. They just saw that video and they're trying to back her up. That's what I think.
I'm telling you this right now. When it's time for my son to officially date, I'm shipping him off to the islands because I'm sick of this shit. We ain't doing this. The fuck?
uh, this kind of further proves my point. Even though like the whole panel disagrees, but this kind of proves my point that somebody is out there trying to separate people. Like we're just out here living on ice. It's just
Mm-hmm.
it's someone out there is reluctantly trying to separate men and women. This is why like most people are lonely because for like I'm gonna reiterate what everybody said. The first thing you're supposed to get to know each other, and like some of these places is just like y- you would just like if you would someone would take you there, you'd be especially if they're paying and you're not paying. Most of the times, you just shut up and eat. You're getting free food. You're getting free food. So what do you? I don't
And is the
understand.
food bad? That's the other thing. Don't tell me you ain't gonna enjoy the food.
I think that's the point of shut up and eat.
Just shut up
Yo,
and eat.
like yo,
Hashtag
I'm
shut up
like,
and
my mouth is watery reading that list. So I'm like, no, don't play. It's the name and how many. It's a franchise. That's the problem, right? Don't act like you
I
don't
said,
like the
I don't know. I'll be saying this, yo. Who is too good for a 2 for 20 at Applebee's? I could look. I can understand you don't like the place where like if it doesn't really like if like every time you eat there the food is not good. I understand that, but some of these places is just like are you fucking like just like B? I do like me some Olive Garden. It's like they got some bomb ass pasta. You telling me you don't want to go there? You like pasta? You don't want to go to fucking Olive Garden? You tripping? B
Sure.
Dubs. I think B Dubs got some of the best wings out there. I love me some B Dubs. You take a person to B Dubs, you get
Yo,
some beers to drink. Huh?
is Dallas BBQ on that list?
Say it again.
Dallas BBQ.
Dallas BBQ.
Yeah, I wonder if that's on there.
I don't know that's on there, but Buffalo Wild Wings is on there, and so is Wingstop. So it's just like I'm a fan of wings, so it's just like of course you would love to go so, and then some of these things on here, like I was looking at, it's just like some of these places are not dates, like church. Are you really taking someone to church on the first date? I don't get.
Bruh.
That's it. I don't consider that as a date. I just consider that as you might need Jesus. So
Unless they're both religious and found each other and they invite each other to, you know, but that's not common enough to put.
even church people
Like,
don't
who's
take
gonna
church.
do that? Like, who does that? That's what
Even
I'm like.
religious
Who's
people
gonna?
don't take each other to church on the first date. They go to places after church. Well, you
Mhm.
meet up after church, but you ain't taking no places. It's like giving someone a Bible for Christmas. It's just like,
Yo,
what else? It's like, I mean, I'm a like, I I enjoy dinner and a movie. It's like not only you're paying for one thing, you're paying for two things. So you're getting
mhm,
two things for the price of you shutting the fuck up and just getting it because you're not paying
mhm.
for shit. So I don't understand like who denies a dinner in a movie because like especially if it's a movie you want to see, you go eat, and then if you really like about that life, we sneak food in, and then like we just eat food. Because I know some people have done that. A buffet, and like I said, a buffet. If you really just like to eat, and then you want to eat as much as you can without really paying for stuff, all you can eat
All you
buffets.
can eat,
Definitely
yo. All you can eat.
go crazy, go
Y'all are
crazy.
enjoying. Yo, that's gonna make y'all laugh and have fun. It's gonna bring a lot out of each at a buffet. Cause yo, that's happy food, yo.
Like
Yo, you really, I can see that. It's not. I'm telling you, it's about the experience, really.
yeah, especially some of them Chinese buffets. Yo, they food be
Yo,
bomb. You ever had the ribs from the Chinese buffet?
I don't know. Let me ask Crystalline. Do you remember Crystalline? Do you remember this place? There was a big ass Chinese buffet place on Utica. It's after the McDonald's. Damn. Do you remember this, Crystalline? There was a Chinese buffet. I don't remember the name, but it was on Utica.
Yeah, I remember it.
And that was what my daddy takes us there once in a while. Oh my god. And I'm like, okay, imagine a date there. Shit.
I only went one time though, but it
Yo.
was good.
Yeah, we went like 5 times.
And this may be me, man. Maybe because I'm from Maryland and we like our seafood. But if you take a girl to Red Lobster, I'm pretty sure you will get the draws if you take a girl to Red Lobster. As I won't promise you that, but I'm pretty sure your chances will definitely go up some couple percents. Uh, like I said, a movie like Netflix and chill. I don't consider that a fucking date. I consider that a booty call. There's a couple of joints. It's like, and a sporting event. Okay, depending on where you sit at, those tickets are expensive. It's like whoever says sporting event has probably never been to a sporting event in their life because them tickets are not cheap, especially if your team is winning. Like, try to go to if you're going to a Laker game. Do you know how many celebrities you could run into just going to like courtside seat in the Lakers game? You see Jack Nicholson, you see Denzel. You go to you know Listen, nightclubs. I don't think nightclubs is a dating spot either, but bowling is fun. I don't know why people just don't not. This person probably can't bowl for shit, but bowling is to me that's a fun place to take someone on a first date because there's a you know these are sad thing is these are a lot of these are very good suggestions and like I forgot who said it. It's just you've been to these places at least once, so it's just like so whoever made this, you need to stop the cat. It's like the entitlement is just really off the rockers and some shit like that. I know some of y'all like places where they want a nigga to spend like two to $400 on a first date, like the Salt Bay restaurants or Hell's Kitchen and Gordon Ramsay. It's like, bro, that's a fucking bill, and maybe like someone's rent. We're not doing that.
But not only that, the money ain't even going to you in the first place. It's just to entertain you.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? It's just I'm paying you for your time. You know what I'm saying? Like if I gotta pay $200 to $400, like I'm getting swindled. Again, I'm getting schmageldorfed because there's no guarantee of a second date, even after I spend that money. So yeah,
Yeah.
the dudes have a right to be mad about that type of fucking investment. But at the same time, it's also up to dudes like, bruh, stop looking at women as like objects, because that's what fucks them up in the first place. They objectify them and then they take them out on dates as like a flexing contest, see who can spend the most money and shit. And then they get entitled. They taste that honey, and then that's what they want now. You basically reversed what their intention. So if you date with actual intention because you actually like a girl and your girl actually likes you, then you probably get much farther. But then again, that don't mean that the shit is guaranteed. It just means that, bruh, you two have something, and sometimes it can fade away. I don't know,
And
bro.
I'm not even going to get to the retaliation list. AKA group of men make a list of constant women you should never take on a date, because this is just as petty. And I know they made that out of retaliation, but
That's
that
what I'm
shit is
saying.
just.
It
I mean,
doesn't
it's funny.
compare. It doesn't compare.
You seen the list, Crystal?
Oh yeah.
Mm.
I was trying to track down the IP address, but then my friends was like, "You're doing too much," and I was like, "Not really."
The IP address.
Nah, because they're just making it worse. You know.
First of all, I look at this list and just like, damn, it's just like no one fucking qualifies. It's just like,
Yeah.
what the
I was trying to make a list, my damn self, of all the people that wrote this list and where their parents are emotionally in relationships, just to
have you?
show that we shouldn't be listening to these fucked up people. Because every time I see a list where it says, or somebody saying, don't date women with children, it's not a personal attack on me. Everybody has their preference and everybody knows what they can deal with, right? But I'm like,
Mm,
you speaking about your mother. So you're saying that she's never to find love? Ho? Like, chill with
yo.
that. The fuck?
Crystal, have you ever seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
No.
I
But
have.
I feel like I need to.
Okay, there's a particular scene at the end that I feel like you would agree with the most. I will probably send you a link. Like I'm gonna just
Appreciate it because I've never heard of that.
yeah, because D Wolf laughed because he knows what the hell I'm talking about. But I will send you a link, and then you're gonna get a great laugh out of it because that's what you. I feel like that's what you are going to do one of these days. So, any last words before we move on to our next topic?
Stop being game goofy. I keep saying this over and over again.
This concludes our another segment of the dating pool has pee in it. On to
And
our next
shit.
and shit. On to our next topic. I want to talk about this plus side travel influencer that she's making listed demands about hotels and like how to be accommodating for people of her size, aka fat people. So I have the video uploaded. So this is only a minute long, but I'm pretty sure she said some other stuff. But this is like some of the stuff she said. So shout out to Lovely T for the video. But, yeah.
What we are looking for in accessible, size-inclusive hotel amenities. Size-inclusive hotel amenities are crucial for ensuring that plus-size travelers feel welcomed, accommodated, and comfortable during their stay. We deserve an environment that respects our needs and body diversity. These are the exact steps that hotels can take to be more size-inclusive and accessible for travelers of all sizes. Number 1 on the list, provide sturdy, wider chairs without armrests in guest rooms, lobbies, and common areas to accommodate different body sizes and types. Number 2 on the list, ensure beds with strong support and a higher weight capacity, along with providing reinforced chairs and wider bathroom facilities. facilities. Number 3, make elevators and hallways spacious to allow for easy movement of larger individuals and those utilizing mobility devices. Number 4, install grab bars in showers and near toilets. Offer adjustable handheld shower heads and raised toilet seats for added accessibility. Number 5, train staff to be respectful, understanding, and accommodating to travelers of all sizes. Number 6, provide pool lifts and handrails at the entry of the pool. This will allow for plus-size guests and guests with different abilities to enjoy. I'm going to cover what we are looking for in accessible, size inclusive.
And that is it. Um, Obviously, she has a bunch of them. So I come to the panel. What is your thoughts about this?
Can I please go first?
Go ahead, Father.
Bruh. First of all, I spaced out like 10 seconds into the motherfucking video because, and I'm going to explain why I spaced out. I spaced out on purpose, and I'm going to explain why. All that time she spent talking about all the grievances that she had about how things aren't plus size intensive. She could have honestly spent that time just like doing other shit to, help other people instead of just making a video. And the reason why I say that is because I am so tired of people like making their identity as like their personality. You feel what I'm saying? That's what this reeks of. Is like, I'm fat, accommodate me. That's basically the entire video in a nutshell. And I'm like, yo, this is the same shit with like the non-binaries and the trans people with the bathrooms. It's like their identity has now become their personality. It is now political because there's now legislative language in order to put that shit into bills whenever, they need to change the laws about something because of their advocacy. And, bruh, we're getting to a point now where people are just going to be yelling at other people talking about accommodate me because I'm this person, I'm that person. You know what I'm saying? I'm black and gay, so I get this. I'm white and, freaking neurodivergent, I get that. Like, it's the mentality is wrong. I just feel like the mentality is wrong. It's on the wrong thing. Instead of asking for accommodation, instead of asking for people to accept you, you need to be the type of person that people will want to be around anyway. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you can't use whatever society labels you as like this crutch for you to get something when all you really want is just to be accepted into society. The way you be accepted into society is to, as Ray has said many motherfucking times before, fuck with the people that fuck with you. It's literally that simple. You don't need to fucking go on a video as a travel influencer and tell people, make this bigger because I'm bigger. Like, you don't need to do that. You feeling what I'm saying? Like, if it gets to a point where it's actually a grievance and the right attention is called to it, then they're going to make changes accordingly. You whining about how shit isn't big enough for you and how you don't have no room for this and shit for that. I'm telling you, a whole bunch of people was clowning her and telling her to lose fucking weight. I'm telling you, that's probably the response she got. And I wouldn't be surprised.
Yep.
It was, yeah, because I could see that shit a mile away. The moment you started talking about you deserve, we need this and we need that, nigga, who's we? We not French.
Yo.
Like sit down, shut up, eat your peanuts, and enjoy the flight.
Speaking of enjoy the flight, this is the same woman that she was like planes need to have wider seats for fat people. Because I think she was tired of paying for 2 seats. So. D, Wolf, you have something to say?
That's the cost. That's the cost. Not just your health, but now your finances could look at look. I know some people. That's why mental health is very important. Because we don't understand. Sometimes it could be a crazy leftist, or sometimes it could be somebody that they are very depressed, just any other, and they just can't help it. We don't know who we're dealing with. But at the same time, those people are already depressed. If that happens, for all we know, that could be the kick in the butt. Like they going on a flight for the first time since they gained that weight, or first time ever, and they find out they have to spend like that. I'm like, maybe that's the kick in the butt. Maybe not even the shame of it, but maybe even the finance. And they say, you know what? And that distracts them. We don't know. So I'm just saying, this is just ridiculous, yo. This is something that should not be, or is what should I say? Because a lot of people, the push for this is, should not be, I should say, because a lot of people who can lose weight aren't because of this message. A lot of people, and speaking of, because there are talks of COVID coming back and things of that nature. Let's cut out uh, the elderly for a second. It's the obese that were dying the most out of everyone that was catching, CV 19. So this is, so this push is not, this is not okay. So all I gotta say is, yo, she could just go fuck herself, you know, because this is ridiculous. Huh.
I think all that overeating is messing with her hormones and making her emotional to think that the world revolves around her. It's a lot of big boned women in my family, thick women in my family, and they made enough money to get what they needed for hotels, but they've never been so over exaggerated if something doesn't go their way based on their weight to make a whole video dedicating to speaking for everyone, which this shit needs to stop. I blame wokeism. I feel that people do not want to be individuals anymore and speak solely for themselves. They need a whole team behind them through social media instead of taking their ass, researching where they're going to these hotels and making suggestions. Nobody has a right to tell a business owner what they should and should not do. If they have a suggestion, and they feel that it would benefit everyone of different sizes, that's great, but presented in a way that does not sound like a narcissistic asshole. I feel that she is going out of her way because of this wokeism to make herself what she is, which is a narcissistic pig. At the end of the day, she did not have the right to make a she'll okay, let me backtrack. She can make all the videos she fucking want, but to tell somebody what to do with their money is the same way that she's telling the world that they can't tell her what to do with her body. How ironic is that? If that's not hypocritical, I don't know what the fuck is. But yeah, it's a hotel. It was created before probably you were born with the brain cells that you have, and it will still be there till the end of time. And if you have a suggestion and it's given in a respectful manner, yeah, everybody would jump on board. If you have a persuasive argument, which I'm sure she doesn't know what that is because from her tone, she sounds demanding on something that she does not own, except her body, that she chose to do whatever the fuck she wanted with it. Like, get a fucking life. I'm sick of these people that is with her mindset coming on video and feeling that, oh, everybody's going to be in my court and everybody's going to push for, I mean, for God's sake, we have, because of this kind of mentality, we have, I can't even look on Netflix anymore and see the little rating because of one person's influence.
Mhm.
So I'm just tired of the sheeple. Okay, get rid of the sheeple and bring back the wolves, because at the end of the day, emotions didn't matter, just logic and survival. That's it. Let's get back to that because this is pure
Yeah,
bullshit. This is entertainment
So
at this point.
beautifully said.
she
Because it
has
is a
the
lot of
right. She has the right to say what she wants to say, but you have a right to criticize it. But I just want to say something real quick. Like she's acting like people don't do the same to people who are like anorexic. Like she wants to act like people don't look at them and be like, "Yo, you should eat something," just like we would say to them, "Maybe you should slow down." Like they don't have, you know,
You ain't
huh?
nothing but skin and bones. You need to
Yo,
eat something, darling.
yo. When I was a kid, I got that a lot. So
Yeah, me too. I only weighed 90
I'm just
pounds, so
saying. hmm And I've seen, the bigger ones get that too. So I'm like, yo, I get it. But we both know either way is too far. Each way is unhealthy. So, or if you're like genetically like that, at least eat health, stuff like that. Because I'm telling, they'll push eating whatever they want to. Don't. Some of them will be. You see sects of them, so there'll be like a vegan class of them, but they still bake. So them, I'm like, okay, maybe that's just your genetics. That's fine. But I'm like, the other ones are like straight up saying, "Oh no, because you're not body. I can eat what I want. I know what I'm doing. I'm walking this off and all." I'm like, "Yo, really?" I've seen those videos. I don't know if y'all have, but oh my god. Sorry, I said real quick and I went on. My bad.
Uh, First off, I didn't even know there was a such thing as a fat influencer or a plus size influencer, and like, why do we have that? I think that's the first thing that comes to mind. Why do
Oh,
we
they
have?
had it for years, yo. There was
Um.
a TED talk with one of them from Australia. I remember that one.
Okay.
Same thing. So
Okay. Yeah. Um. I'm pretty sure this is. I know this is the number one killer for like black people, but I know the number one killer is like heart disease. So, and that usually comes from like putting on having that much weight on you. Like I don't know about y'all, but if like I've seen big people walk upstairs and they get extremely tired, and then like and I'm not even trying to be funny. It's just like something like
It
I've
is
seen
kind
big.
of funny though.
I was trying not to laugh. It's like what like, and then you see them at a Target, and then their big ass is in a fucking scooter looking for stuff. I'm not making this no better. Look, not everybody has to be a size two. You just be a size healthy. That's like
right.
like no one is expecting you to be a skinny mini is like, or when people say having that put it up to impossible expectations. You know how people say that when they're getting compared to anybody, because especially the way modern how people look now is like some of the most quote unquote beautiful women are not like skinny minis or something like size two. They got a little meat on their bones. Like I guess Beyonce, Serena Williams, even though is factory made Kim Kardashian. You know, like people like that. You don't have to be a size two like the '80s with the cocaine shoulders and shit. But but whatever finds you healthy, just at least achieve that, because I do feel like people, you want to live long enough to see your grandkids and all that other stuff. So like some things you just don't need to be, if like who wants to be influenced to be fat? Like that's just my thoughts. I would keep that short and sweet. Anybody else have something to say about this before we move on to our next topic?
Panera salads are pretty good. Let's move on, please. We had enough influencing to last a lifetime.
Yeah. Uh. Okay. I know, Crystal. I know. Okay. On to like. Okay. I guess keeping on this. Victoria's Secret has talked. Uh. They're basically ditching the little woke ads because of this whole thing. Because obviously it's not selling. Uh. Ditches prioritizing wokeness over sexiness after sales drop. Um, since the brand decided to move away from its hypersexualized image, Victoria's Secret has significant revenue drops, as such, it looked to revamp to bring back sexiness and all that. And let's see. According to the numbers, the lingerie brand revenue for 2023 is 6.2 billion, which is 5% lower than last year, even lower than 2020, where the brand's revenue was 7.5 billion. So the drop in Victoria's Secret sales also followed the company's move to make its board of directors mostly female. It's 20. Oh man, this is like the Bud Light thing all over again. In 2021, Rapinoe called out what brand has been before the event, claiming it has sent out really harmful messages, and that was patriarchal, sexist, viewing not just what meant to be sexy, but the clothes it was trying to accomplish through male lens and through what men desired. It was very much marketed towards younger women, and in short, they went woke and they went broke.
Ah,
So I would like, I would like the panel's opinion. How y'all feel about this?
I'm sorry. Um, it was bad. Like it was bad, and they wonder why. Like, okay, there were worse ones, but my favorite for some reason is that I think her name is Megan Rapinoe. Is that her name? The football
Yeah,
player.
wrapping up. Yeah, wrapping up.
Okay, that one got me because I'm like, okay, this is Victoria's Secret. Okay, at least understand that. Okay, the God, I don't want to get you in trouble. The TRANS. Um, that one is going towards womanhood in that sense, right? But with her, you see her, this is, yeah, yo, it's just pure muscle and like manly muscle, not even like Amazonian. This is manly muscle. I'm like, yo, okay. At least everything else, even there was like, wasn't there like physically, you know, physically impaired? What's the word, man? I'm trying not to use because I'm not messing you up. So
Physically impaired.
yeah, disabled, right?
Yeah,
So even that was in their shit. So I'm like, yo, at least with that, it was going towards feminine. You know, it's all ridiculous. Because I'm like, okay, you need to understand this is not patriarch. Whatever, man. It's not
the
that
patriarchy.
because women fucking stop there. Women like what they see on that. A lot of like, let's say, and like, remember with the topic we had just before, there are women who strive to have that body, just like there are men who strive to have like an Adonis type body or something at least close to it. You understand? We do have that. There's a lot of us that want to have that want to be like that and look like that, and plenty of people achieve it, or at least come close to it. So when they see that, that's the reason they use them. I'm like, I learned this in school, so I don't know. I don't even remember what school I learned it in. But I remember a teacher telling me this, and I'm like, because we used to wonder, like, why is it always so skinny? Why? What the hell? What is that? That's not all that's walking around. As kids, we're asking these questions, and they're like, yeah, and that was explained. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. So, oh, I forgot what I was doing. Anyway. Oh man, God help them. God
Did
help them.
I just think it's tone deaf. I just think it was tone deaf of them to go woke in the first place. Also, I see what you mean, Ray. I fucking hate that word. But
To what end? The
like,
message.
Woke.
That's what a lot of
yeah,
people switch from that and say the message in quotes. The message instead of what.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. No, thank you. I get it, but I still hate the word woke. The
yeah,
way it's
I
been
get it.
used.
Yeah, like the connotation. I hate the connotation with the word woke has now. I would say
And
that.
this one it meant a good thing.
Yeah, but like, bruh, I just feel like Victoria's Secret, because you remember Victoria's Secret, like it did its job very well. It was marketed towards men, and like even if it was patriarchal and sexist, it made them a lot of motherfucking money. You feel what I'm saying? So, like now that they went woke, they saw the effects of that. They saw the result when you had a marketing scheme that was not just like it was not just familiar, but it was a legacy. You feel what I'm saying? Like you hear Victoria's Secret, like you know who these motherfuckers are. They used to be having like it's like they were like a lot of the marketing even like a lot of the marketing was really good when they were on that shit. And like it just goes to show you like nobody really wants to buy a product that reminds them of themselves in that way, in that like social justicey way. You feel what I'm saying? They're not trying to be reminded of social issues. Niggas buy shit to distract themselves. Niggas buy shit to use it and like throw it away after they're done. You feel what I'm saying? It's like very cutthroat. They're not using it to fucking spread a message that is just gonna be. It's not gonna be reflected in the product anyway. You feel what I'm saying? Like you could just make another business, or you could just make another company where that is the focus, where you are focusing on the beautiful aspects of women, because there's plenty of fucking brands that do that. You feel what I'm saying? You don't have to transform the shit that you was doing before. Like if it's a certain way and that's the way that it's expected to be, then if you change it, of course you're gonna fucking lose money. I don't know. That's just business 101, if you ask me.
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, and I hope I'm wrong, because if I'm not, it's going to take me down a rabbit hole. Didn't they get in trouble for something like this before, years back?
I don't even know.
I could be wrong, y'all. I could be thinking of the wrong company, but it was like they started a whole plus size thing, right? And they had like this group of women, different, ethnicities and stuff like that. But this was before the ethnicity push. This was just that, you know. So, but they're just showing like that one could be this size and sexy. This one could be this size and sexy. That was basically the point. But I'm not. I feel like it's them, but I could be wrong. Didn't they get in trouble for doing that? But not doing that. But in the billboards, all of their necks were mad skinny. Like it was, so they basically photoshopped them. So they're like, I thought they were supposed to be natural. What the fuck? I'm like, is it them? I just want to know. Because if it is, yo, it's opening a can of worms. Because how could you do this again and work if it is?
I think it was Calvin Klein.
Okay, thank God. Okay, all right.
They did
All
it
right,
with
I'm like,
what?
that's a stupid. If if it was them, oh my God. Okay, thank you. uh,
So
Yeah,
Victoria's Secret. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No. You go first.
So Victoria's Secret tried to go woke, but they went to sleep
Yep.
instead. So okay, so I'm gonna
write
break
that
it
one down.
down.
They
I'm
went
gonna
to
break
sleep
it down.
soft, Crystal. They went to sleep soft.
They sure did, but I'm gonna break it down. So it's a background to this. So remember when Rihanna used to be the one to sing for their fashion shows?
Yes, ma'am.
Do y'all
Yes,
remember
ma'am.
that? Okay, good. Rihanna had a best friend that worked for Victoria's Secret, but somebody, I'm not going to say, but it's part of the 3Ks, got her best friend fired. And that same person tried to get with ASAP Rocky. So Rihanna was not going to have any of that. So she opened Fenty along with the makeup line and lingerie line. Then she decided, hey, you know what? I've worked for Victoria's Secret for years. Let's see how it would be if I open up my own lingerie line and happen to have all sizes because, the stick figure is not the only feminine representation. So she decided to uh, have a show that's entertaining. It's not like you're going to a lingerie show and seeing all the sexy women there. You see all types of women, different ways, different sizes, different colors. You know what I mean? So she had that and it was a success. It was a success. Um, every type of fashion you could think, gothic, grunge in that lingerie or her clothing line was there. That's new. You know what I mean? So now what Victoria's Secret is trying to do is mimic that and try to be part of some kind of rainbow club because they don't know what else to do. It's either the Rainbow Club or the other club that talks about uh, being fat and proud and whatever the case is. They're trying to be part of whatever woke trend is going on at this time so that they can get paid because they saw other companies doing it. But that time is done. It's like the PPP loans. It's over and done with. You're not going to get your payout. You might get arrested or fined for bullshit that you're doing. So I have no sympathy for their ass because this is all a game. When has, I'll say VS for now, when has VS really cared about a woman's uh, weight gain, size? Because I've worked for the company. I'll leave it at that. I've worked for the company, and they barely had sizes past D cups. And it's a lot of women that came in where I've had to measure their boob size, and we always either ran out, we never had it on stock, or even when we had to go online to order it, it was always out of stock. They never catered to a certain size. And don't get me on the nude panties and bras. That did not fucking exist. So they cater to a one group of type of woman, one shape of woman, and they're now trying to go extreme one day at a time and stop trying to copy other business owners. End of story.
Well, thought I was
No, it's ridiculous.
I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to get remanded. So I'm just gonna say that.
My
No.
bad. I was I was I was looking for first things first. Crystal, what is it the size that Victoria's Secret goes up to?
I think if I remember, it's been damn 7 years. I think it goes up to size D, but it was rarely there.
Okay, because there was a video I was going to do a after party with B, and it was going to be guess their breast size, and I learned and I learned that the average size for women is double D, and they don't even sell most of those at the store.
No, they
Like,
don't.
so it's funny that the average size is like double D, and they don't sell it at the store, and like most of the things that is like you really have to go somewhere else to get it. And also, too, Crystal, you stole my you stole my point. It's like I had the
Sorry.
same point, and I was about to talk about Rihanna's 50 line. It's like
You can still do it.
I was like,
Forget.
we here. I'm glad you did because you probably gonna say it very you say you will say it better than I'll ever will, but I'm gonna give it a shot anyway.
Okay.
I think some things are just based on exclusivity, and I think Victoria's Secret is one of them things. Like you see the supermodels, and like they're a specific shape, and I think they're their specific shape for the reason because most of the Victoria's Secret stuff is made for women in that size. I think there are some designers slash clothes that are made for a specific type of woman, and you'll see that in those Victoria's Secret catwalks and all that. Now, I don't mind the exclusivity if that's what you're market towards. That's why I feel like that's where they make their most money, and that's what they most likely want to see. Just like how the magazines, just like when they have these things talk about 30 ways to have a better body, and you have someone that has um, who they deem has the best bodies, like the maximum 100 bodies. Like you don't see Lizzo in the top 100. Not throwing the shade at Lizzo, but you don't see like people like her being in there. You'll see people that like who was what Tiana. I think Tiana Taylor was the sexiest woman alive. I know Jessica Simpson was one. Uh, Jennifer Lawrence, and things like that. Those are based. I feel like those are based on exclusivity, and that's fine. And then you have something like Rihanna, like Crystal said, Rihanna had, which was Fenty, which had inclusivity, and that was based on it, which is also great because I've watched the shows, the joints that be coming on Amazon Prime, and the ways things are directed. Like some of those big girl lingeries that coming in there look really good. Like it doesn't look like they had to squeeze their stuff in there. It looked like your stuff was made for them. It looked comfortable. It looked sexy, even for the big girls. You could tell the way they moved in there that it's just like they had the flexibility, the flowing, and it had it for every sizes. Now it has stuff for men too, from like little men to big men, and all that other stuff. That is also fine. I feel like when you're like even with the the Gucci's and the designer friends, it's like they're supposed to be like high class, like all that stuff. And I feel like that's where it's supposed to be marketed towards. It's like the more you want to market towards inclusivity, and I know a lot of people try to do this, the inclusive things because big girls want to wear your lingerie. It's like it's not for. I think it's, and this is my solely opinion. Y'all can disagree if y'all want to. I do feel like some designers can say, "Yo, I don't make this stuff for you. Like this is like it's for a specific size, and then let that be a specific size. Like I've always said this. There are big girl clothes that I feel like that are very well, that look very good. That looks very good on people, and like you doesn't have to. And they don't look like moo or like the big old moo dresses that Honey Boo Boo be wearing and shit. Like I've seen big girl clothes that
Oh,
I've seen big girl clothes that I would say, damn, that was like she looks good there, and like the Ashley Stewart, I think Ashley Stewart is one of them, and it's like those are fine. You don't have to be going about it. You could like promote your own shit. That's funny, and that's basically where my point is. It's just like so I'm glad they kind of dissed this. He was like, they gave it a shot. It didn't work. They went woke, gone broke, and then just let's go back to making our money. And if you want to wear their clothes, you might have to lose the weight to fit in their clothes. He's like, some things are not inclusive for every day. Some things are exclusive for a reason, and that's all I got to say. Anybody else got anything to say?
I just have to say, if everything was supposed to be inclusive, we would all be living in mansions right now. But that's not how the world works. And these companies need to stop it. They like to utilize people's poor mindset and poor logic skills to take money out of their hands and say, "Oh, we don't have a size D. We'll get it next week. We'll get it next week." They keep doing that shit. They do it in jobs. They do it in when they're taking your money, when things are in back order, my ass, whatever. And we know where the sweatshops is. Let's not do this. At the end of the day, they really need to come forth, like Ray said, and stop trying to play people. They only playing themselves, as we can see.
bro, I need that as a shirt or as a plaque or something. If everything is supposed to be inclusive, we'd all be living in mansions. That's a fucking bar, nigga.
That is a bar. I ain't gonna hold you. That's a bar. That's a bar.
My third eye
Yeah.
open with
So
that shit.
so yeah, the national average breast size is 34 double D, if I'm correct. I'm gonna look it up just to make sure, but um yeah, so I feel sorry for like women that has more than 34 double D.
What? Like, how is that the average? That's awkward to me.
Yeah, 34 double D. When talking about breast size, there it's 34 double D. That's a national average breast size.
That's impossible. Like, who's walking around here with double D's? Just averagely just walking around here with double D's.
The real question should be, why are they not donating to the needy? I'm one of them. The fuck?
No, they need to be. To be honest,
Can you spare me a cup of tea?
I feel like C should be considered the average size. Like, double D's is heavy on the back. Like, these people are going through trials and tribulations with those double D's, and to make that an average, bruh.
Yeah, yeah. Just so you know, me it was like it was a video coming up, but it was just a video about women ranking their breast sizes and all that other stuff. I was trying to run it by you, see if you was gonna be cool with that. But you know, you learn a lot. So
Now, double D's can't be the average. It's just impossible. Like,
I
C
just
needs
looked it
to
up.
be the average. To be honest, A is perfectly fine if you got booty. But if you ain't got no ass, a C to D. But double D's, hell no. At this
But
point, G,
when you think,
H, I, J, F, K, or whatever, all them extra
Mhm.
letters, hell to the no. We
You
need
know
to
what it
stick to
is?
few letters.
Material. You know it's a food, right? It's pumped up with steroids, and a woman's hormone level, and the gland that controls all of the stuff that we ingest, and so it adds to it, so it's inevitable, and now it's in the DNA. So each girl that's born in the USA with all the kind of foods that her mom is eating prior, it's going to fuck up some stuff. She might be, top heavy and so on. I personally think that in certain countries, when you do see women with double D's, it's proportional with their bottom, their lower portion, right? But in the USA, come on, nothing much is natural. Everything's pumped up with steroids, and that's what runs our hormones. So
Mm.
it makes
Yeah, that's what
sense.
I was going to
That's
do.
but that's still crazy. So the average, what's the average height for a woman? Right.
5'4"?
Yeah, I
So
believe that.
5'4"
Like
with a
four.
double D. Like, when you look at that body, that's just ridiculous. Too much.
Boy.
Like, that is out of control.
Too much for
This
who?
is going through full problems right now because they expect the ass to be big, the titties huge, the waist small. She's 5'4". At this point, she like standing like a midget.
Oh, Lord.
Please be
A
the
midget.
y'all.
I mean,
And
like a
thighs and
small
butts.
person. She's
Yeah.
built like a small person.
Yep. Look, I done looked it up myself. I'm just saying that
Mm.
I don't want to. And like Crystal said, they don't even sell those sizes in stores half of the time. So
So oh hell no. I can't even I couldn't even imagine being a double D. But to think about, like, you have to have been out of control in school at this point.
I know in my class in just in junior high alone, I was thinking there was something wrong with me. Everybody was bigger. They was already at size B's and C's. So that should say a lot.
So, I don't
But
know.
they were
It seems like
they were not proportional. That's what and I looked at everybody's diet. Like, now that I'm grown and I check back, everybody's diet was not what the fuck I was eating. Everybody that was eating the same foods I was eating, we were proportional. And then when we had kids, we just popped out. So, it's something in the food bands. It's
Yeah, definitely.
something. That sounds like a
Exactly.
conspiracy.
It's in the chicken. I'm telling you.
Nah, it's not a conspiracy because a lot of the ingredients that they be using in American food is banned in other places.
Oh yeah, you're
Thank
right.
You
You're
know what I'm
right.
saying? So yeah, they legitimately like because they want the food to not to last long, so that when you buy it, you feel what I'm saying, you can always consume it and then buy some more. Because they also make the food addictive too, because it's filled with fucking sugar. That's why when Europeans come to America and they eat bread, it's like, nigga, is this cake? It's like, what is this? It's like,
Pure Cambodian breast milk. That's what it
nah,
is.
but like I understand it too, because like even bread, like even when Africans make bread, it's not really that it's sweet, but like there's like a lot of butter or like there's like a lot of other shit in it. But like to make it like sweet, we just rather make a cake or like we'll fry some dough and do that.
Hmm.
But like the bread here is fucking sweet. The milk here has a sweetness to it because the milk they still here have sugar. Like everything it has fucking sugar because they want the food to be addictive so that you can buy that shit again.
Yeah. You know what's funny? That reminds me of the first what made me question Bill Nye,
Yeah, science guy.
so-called science guy. Um, he was on an episode. I don't know if y'all remember. When Chelsea Handler had that show on Netflix, like exclusively.
Yeah.
All right, he was a guest in one of those episodes, and he was pushing GMO, like legit.
Hmm.
He's like, yeah, and she was like joking, like, are you serious? Like, like joking around, and he's like trying to stay serious, like, no, yeah, it's okay now because of this, that, and the other. I'm like, what's going on? That's what made me first question him. But that's funny, yo, and look where we are, huh?
Okay. Any last words before we move on to our final topic?
They need to drink some goat milk. Put down the cow's milk. Mm-hmm.
No,
Shout
look
out
at
to
you,
Joe.
Trump. Don't pasteurize.
Okay. All right. Now on to our last topic. Have y'all been keeping up with the Jonathan Majors thing?
That
I
Oh
heard
yes.
about it today.
yeah, you
Okay.
need to update me.
Well, do we have a choice? Like they're forcefully pu- making us keep up with it.
I don't
I
know.
think
I don't know if it was forcefully, but
it is. It's like everywhere. Like even if you don't care for it, like I physically do not care for him at all. And his whole innocence does not affect me at all. But it's like, why is this him and Megan Good always seem to be on the Shade Room or all these other little on site, these little blogger sites for some odd reason.
squirrels.
Keep it cool.
I don't. I think they.
Even the
I don't.
news. E News like are keeping up with. I'm like, really?
I think.
Isn't he
Well, I
emerging?
believe.
Isn't like emerging? Like he was like gaining traction. Now he's in Marvel. That's Disney money. So like, people are gonna be interested. You're gonna see a lot of that.
Yeah, especially since he's like one of the hottest up and coming actors that was, when this whole thing started, and then now that it's found out that he was innocent, like a lot of people said he was,
He was dropped.
you know,
Remember, he
you
was
know,
dropped by everybody
yeah,
too.
and he was dropped by everybody, so I can see why like people was keeping this up. Not only that, his ex girlfriend is charged with assault in connection with the domestic altercation. But from what it was told, yeah, she's going to be arrested, but they're not sending that to trial, if I'm correct.
That's retarded. What is it?
Yeah.
This is what allows
Yeah.
this shit to go on, yo. Comedians make like joke about this all the time, but it's fucking true, man. Like they just get a slap on the wrist. I'm like, Then when you get Me Too, like you understand, man? Because like, and they know us. The cop, for instance, the cop is who coached her in some of the lies. Because
Yeah.
we're like that. Guys will do that. Like when if they see a woman in distress, and that's why I'm like, okay, this is why I couldn't be a cop because I'll do something like that. But unlike him, I would not just do it just based on a word though. I'd have to know for a fact that he laid hands on her if I was to ever pull a move like that. Because I want to guarantee, like, because I know, especially if you're a celebrity, you're getting away. I, I, I'm that guy, you know? But no, son. All right, man.
Yeah, they according to the news, the Manhattan District Attorney said Thursday it will not be prosecuting the case because it lacks prosecute prosecutorial merit. If I don't know what that means, I'm like,
Do that and walk away. Don't you get, like, fine shit for, like, a prank call? Like, what's that thing called again? False alarm and shit. But, oh, yeah, arrested, but you're not going to try. What? You
yeah,
just destroyed the guy's
prosecutorial
money.
merit.
What the fuck? People had to
Prosecutorial merit.
drop you, and I know he knew. Like, I know there's no hard feelings behind that because he understands why they had to do it just because they don't know. So that part, you know, I'm sure he could get it back, but at the same time, in the meantime, and this was like before the strike, you know. So she just fucked with his money. She just gets to walk away. Like like people get in trouble for doing that to each other, in like corporate, right? Like you can't even. Oh my god, for lesser shit, and these people get time. But you could. All right, man. This is what's causing that rip. Like, it was you, Ray, who said that? Like, there's some. Who said that earlier? Like, there's a conspiracy to break us up.
Oh yeah, that was me. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
series.
Yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think this. Like I said, I think the way the world's been sitting around, like we're trying to split us up instead of like keep us together. That's why we see all these stupid ass arguments, and then like with the dates of the cheese factory, and then we're seeing more about couples not liking each other instead of couples, in love. It seems like instead of promoting love, black love, well, personally, black love, but mostly love in general, everybody's just like, oh, I can't trust her because she's a 304. I can't trust her because she's a single mother. You shouldn't date this person because he's this person. He's a broke, he's a dusty, and all that other stuff. So, yeah, that's why I feel like everything is set up to just break us up instead of just put us together. But as far as this goes, um, you know, sh- you know, shout out to Dr. Umar. This is what happens when you swim in milk. So yes, you know, these snow bunnies will get you in trouble. And I'm pretty sure history done said this many of times where,
Kobe. Kobe.
yeah, I don't know how many times where it's just like a man has to be innocent and like he had damn near has to get his whole life ruined, and people dropped him of everything when he was like the hottest up and coming. To this is like off of hearsay. It wasn't even like, and they dropped him off of hearsay. And then once he's proven this innocent, she gets to go. It's like, yeah, she's getting arrested, but she's not getting prosecuted or none of that stuff. That man was about to get his whole life fucked over, and he was the one that called the police, which is even more fucked up. So it's I don't. It's just I hope the brother. First off, I hope the brother bounces back and start making movies because I do like him as an actor. And second of all, I hope this is a Negro wake up. He gets his Negro wake up call, and I know he's dating Make It Good now, so I don't care what anybody say. I'm glad he's with his sister, instead of swimming with the snow buddies. But But yeah, let this be a lesson. Be careful who you put in your circle because one false move, you fucking have your life altered like that.
I think the issue for me is like from I guess that remember that when he did that little covers, I guess the cover of a magazine where he like was wearing a skirt or dress, whatever. He was like, "Oh, this is artistic,"
It was
and I'm just like,
oh,
really?
it was an outfit that made him look like an anime character, Dofla, Dolphin Mingo.
I was like, really? Like, you know how many little kids could because at this point he had did the whole Creed, but before he did Creed, he had did a one of the Marvel character like he was a Marvel character from what's the movie that came out with him?
Ant Man,
Still
Um,
is. Still is. Evil
yeah.
remains.
Ant Man,
Bang.
yeah,
Hmm.
and Loki.
Exactly. And I'm just like, you know how many kids are now following you and stuff like this? And I'm like, really? This is you trying to do artistic, I understand, but at this point this is not where you want to be doing artistic anything.
Oh,
When you're physically being put out with a lot of children that follow you. Like most kids know you from a bunch of smaller stuff like the shows that he's done. But Marvel was like one of his biggest opens. And then now you have Creed, that's another big one. But I'm like, yeah, I'm over him. At this point, I'm just like, I understand your agenda. I understand you trying to throw out this because this is what the media wants to put out, but we're not doing that. Okay. And then the situation ended up happening with the white girl. I was just like, really? And then now you with Megan, really again? Megan went from being a pastor wife to being in them streets again. So I'm just like, okay.
I was gonna say you can say that about a lot of a lot. Pretty easy you can say that about.
But Megan was the first lady that was still in them streets. So it's not like she had, it was just the title that she had, but she was still in them streets. She still was acting the same. It was not like she went from first lady and completely did a 360.
Um, to be fair, Megan Good was with a narcissistic pastor. It was things that he did behind the scenes that finally came out. He's like every other pastor that takes money and preaches the word, but it's not really for the word. But it'll take some time for all this story to come out. In the meantime, Jonathan Majors, I hope that they arrest his ex and lock her up because I felt like that whole scenario was Emmett Till all over again. Just with it's just more glamorized at this point because there was a death and it was Jonathan Major's career for a short period. All the world saw it. And I know that's a drastic comparison, but it's just like that. It's just like it. You're messing with someone's money, you're messing with someone's livelihood, and that's fucking ridiculous. But that's all I have to say on that. It's going to be more based on the court case and how it goes that will come out, but I'm just going to predict that they will arrest her and they will press charges along with the cops that convinced her to make things worse than what they were.
I don't give a fuck about it. Next.
I was about to say, any last word before we move on to our final thoughts?
Nope.
I
Hannah
100%
Montana.
agree with you, brother.
Hannah Montana.
All right. Well, in that case, we are going to go into our final thoughts, and I am going to start with you, Material Life.
Well, as you know, Halloween seasons come about and trick or treating or whatever, or going to like haunted houses and everything. Just make sure you pray. That's it.
Okay. D Wolf is on you.
Uh, okay. Um. Oh. Damn. I don't think I have anything today. You might have to come back to me.
Okay. Crystal was on you.
All I have to say is that um, at the end of the day, whatever our mindset is will be our reality. Um, and I hope one day media stop victimizing people based on weight, color, or financial status, where they're brainwashing people to believe that that's truly what reality is socially when people talk one on one. And I hope that statistics are more realistic and not biased because there are colleges right now here in America that purposely put out wrong information statistically to give people a falsehood of uh, to just hierarchy. I should put it that because that's what I feel like we're living in, a hierarchy type of society. So yeah, it's all a fucking illusion. Go based on what your mindset is and make sure that it's positive, not negative, because you will attract whatever you believe. That's all I have to say.
All right. Father is on you.
Um, I ain't really got nothing. Brush your teeth, brush your tongue. Make sure you get your 8 hours. Drink plenty of water, and yeah, smile. I don't know. I ain't
uh,
really got shit.
Full
I
Perfect.
like
circle.
it. All
Full
right.
circle.
Okay. D Wolf, you got anything before?
Yeah. It actually goes hand in hand with what we talked about. So for the longest time, the left protested big corporations. Remember, like Walk on Wall Street and all that stuff. Remember,
Yes.
like they didn't be like, yo, fuck the man, fuck the power, all that shit, all that. So now they follow and trust every word. What happened? That's it. That's my question. What happened? Because look who's pushing what these corporations are doing, what these UCC. So I'm like, you're working with them. Like you see how the corporations will easily do what somebody says. Imagine a politician if they're gonna just listen to some ideology. They list a politician. So yeah, there we go.
All right. Um. Obviously, this hip hop has not had a good year this year. Even though, like, I still think Killer Mike had the album of the year, and I know Drake shit done a lot, and a lot of people just making fun of him and shit. Not mixed reviews on his album, but there's a I understand, like, okay, we are not, as black people, we are not a monolith, and not everybody acts the same, but I do not want to see negative images, being portrayed. Like, I don't like. There's a video that I'm about to share right now that I feel like it should have never been made, but it's a 9-year-old rapper, and he's rapping like he's a
I
grown ass
saw that.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, look, I come from an era because they was kind of. I seen another video they was making fun of Drake's song, Drake's son, and like even he's like 6, and I come from the era of talented child actors like Jaleel White, Raven Simone, and even Lil Bow Wow. Was rapping and all that stuff. And this 345 Lil RT. All right, this should never come out of a 9 year old. I believe he's 9, but this should never really come out of a 9 year old's mouth. Yeah. I'm gonna just stop it right there because obviously, first things first. Why is there a bunch of grown ass men behind him just like pushing this on? And
That's the
second of all,
real question. All them niggas need to be questioned.
yes.
Hmm.
Second of all, who even put this little nigga on, like talking like this, and why was this accepted? Like who? What grown
Isn't it?
ass?
Where
Isn't
are
Like
they?
isn't it finesse 2 times like artist? Ain't that the little boy?
I don't care who he is. He shouldn't be talking like this at night.
First of all, can you even pronounce his name?
Lil RT is I don't know where the 345 came from, but it's just Lil RT. That's
Oh
I
god.
think that's nah. He be shooting dice. That's a little
Little
hood
RT,
kid.
little retard. Oh my god, that's wrong. Why did that
that's
come to
funny.
mind? That's so
But
wrong to me.
Yeah, I don't see him on social media all the time. Like Lil Finesse 2 Time. I don't even remember what song he plays, but that's like one of his youngest artists.
why is he talking like this?
This is the first time I'm hearing his song, but I know he's an artist though. Like he and supposedly they make a ton of money, but he a little hood kid. Grew up in the projects, still live in the projects. His whole family in the projects. Nigga be shooting dice.
DC's legit.
Right.
Unlike
Like
a lot of artists.
And at this point, these 9 year olds that's raised in the projects, with no guidance, no nothing. I think, to be honest, he speaks normal for his environment.
I refuse to call this normal. All right. Now I'm not gonna say like I was like the fucking holy moly kid too, because
But
obviously,
you
but
wasn't raised in the projects, like
I
you
was
wasn't raised in like the ghetto. You wasn't
I was
raised
great.
like
I was great.
the
Trust me, I
where
was
literally rent is $5 for where a bunch of these people live at.
I was raised in Berry Farms. Trust me, niggas got shot over there. All right, I was raised
Yo,
in I grew up in some of the worst ghettos in Maryland. Trust me, trust me. I knew people
So
that
then you had to have seen 9 year
yo,
olds sitting on the block
I
selling
got
drugs.
stories.
If you was raised, you had to have seen 9 year olds on the block selling drugs.
not no 9 year olds. Stick up kids, yes, I know about stick up kids. I know, but this is to me, this is not the norm. Like I refuse to call this the norm. I know, I understand it exists. I do understand it exists, but shit like this is just like like this shouldn't be put on. I feel like this shouldn't be put on TV like that. I understand we had The Wire, and The Wire is about as accurate, and I would say The Wire is about as accurate as it gets, and all that other stuff. But why, like this shit right here is just like I don't like condone this. Like why is like the fact that this has how many 154K views, and I'm pretty sure like it got like comments talking about uh we're making it straight out to sell block the let's hope he makes it to see 18. As a black man in my 70s, this absolutely breaks my heart. How do you sit through record this and edit and not think this shouldn't be promoted? Who co-signed this? This sitting on back. Obviously, people have to say Drake's son don't want that smoke. That's funny. Um, yeah, this is satisfying. I don't know why anyone think this is cool in any type of way. We making it out of Sesame Street. Perfect example is what's wrong with our culture. That I've like like I said, I understand black people are the monolith. All right, there's plenty of ways to show black culture, but I feel like there's been like the hood culture and all that other stuff. I feel like it's been overused to a point where I feel like no one really fucking cares, and it seems like no one is really like. I feel like if we point this out, people was just like saying "so what," and I feel like that's a problem. Like
It's
this,
a problem.
even if there is stick up kids and like even if there's people that act like this at night, this shouldn't be promoted. Like
It's a
someone
problem.
should be like, no, we're not doing this. We're not putting this on it. Like this is not even gonna go on air. Like that's what I feel like. At some point, we had to, as adults, we should stop. We should stop doing dumb shit like this. Like this is like again. I grew up in a time where like at least child actors were doing child actor things. It's like maybe
Yeah.
some other some shit like that.
But this isn't a child actor. This is this boy's real life.
Yeah,
Where's
Bow
he
Wow was
from?
Y'all,
Bow Wow
Y'all
was
this
know
is
where
rapping
he's
this
something
from?
shit.
else to realize. He's not acting. This y'all think this is him acting up and everything like that. This is his real everyday life. This is how he is like. It's different when even if there's certain people who was raised in the ghetto and your parents made sure you stay completely away from it and stuff like that. That's one thing. And you was raised with sense and everything. This little kid right here got a bunch of crackheads in his family and like legit this is his real life. Like he's not acting. So and I understand we don't want to see it, and I've never even seen this video if you didn't post it up. I've seen this little boy his antics on social media, on Finesse Two Times videos. I didn't even know he was a real rapper for real. I just know he claims to be an artist, and Finesse always like he always got money in his hands, like big bills. And I'm just like, this little boy is so ghetto. Like, and then he goes to the projects because all the kids they live in this little project house, always barefoot. I'm just like,
Where's he
how?
from? Y'all know where he's from?
I don't know. It's just he
Yeah,
pops up on social media. Like they always repost
I
anytime
don't
this little
assume
baby kid
Memphis. If
is
you
doing
saying
baby
finesse,
stuff.
if you saying he's around finesse 2 times, I'm assuming he's from Memphis.
Then yeah.
Maybe it's
And he
just
got
them.
he got a ton of siblings, not just one. Like they definitely in them $5 project homes. I'm like, right,
So
and you be shooting dice outside. It's pure ghetto behavior. Like this is not
Yeah,
him joking
fucking
around
neighbor.
being funny. This is like his real everyday life. I'm
I'm not
like,
even I'm not even looking at it like
Depends
it's
on the
funny, but
community, though. Cause
who is this marketed to?
Mm-hmm.
Like
the
who?
and that
Because I don't see no
ghetto-ness
girl.
of like we act like adults is not playing these ghetto sounds too. Like what's his name? The guy who did a week ago. All
Bobby
like
Shmurda.
at this point, all these record labels is marketing this.
But who is this marketed to? Because that's what I'm asking. Like I don't see no adult listening to no 9-year old talking about if she ain't sucking dick, get the fuck out of my phone. Like
You know how many child artists is? Like do you ever look at on the porch whatever and see how many of these high school, middle school kids that are full-time artists
I know,
speaking
I
the
know,
same
I know, I know. We grew up with her. Monica, like Monica was 13 when she started. Aaliyah was 13 when she started.
way. You're talking about the 90s when we had good substance on TV. I'm
No, you
talking about
saying
right
like these
now.
people are artists.
Right now. If you look at young artists within the age group of 13 and above, 9 years old, 7, even when JD had his little like rap game show, he didn't put a lot of the artists that was talking filth, but there's a lot more people that are kid artists that are talking crazy reckless. So the thing is, people are these adults are eating up these little kids and they reckless talk because this is exactly the life they're living too. So he may not be marketed because my child ain't watching that, but that doesn't mean that somebody else's ghetto kids ain't listening to these people's songs. If he got 150K sounds, I doubt everybody went to go on there just to see, oh, who's this little kid? What he's talking about? No, clearly people are liking his music. And every time somebody goes listen to just to check on it or see whatever is going on, clearly he's getting more money. So y'all are fueling him up to be more.
This doesn't really have a lot of likes. And I know they disabled the dislike button. I guarantee you, if you would have seen how many dislikes, I'm pretty sure this thing got more dislikes than likes. Like 5.1 is really not a lot for 154K views. So I can, and then
I,
like most of the comments is just like, why is this a thing? It's like most of the comments is just like, why is this a thing? And
it's people who
something like,
saying why is this a thing is people with substance. Everybody else, it's a whole bunch of ghetto people. That's the reason why these record labels keep on signing Moneybag Yo's and Finesse Two Times and Erica Banks. So like all these people that speak on shooting and gang banging and smashing hoes and doing drugs, smoking lean and whatever, whatever. So for some reason the market has not stopped with them.
yeah, but those are adults. Those are also adults, and even young boy, even I know even young boy, like he had this time where he was like 21, where he like kind of like blew up and shit, and that one, like even then, it's like from an artist standpoint, I get it, but from a 9 year old, it's just like, and I understand, like I'm going back to like where I'm here, but like this shit wouldn't even get past the airwaves, like.
Yeah, it probably in the 90s, but not in the 2000s. They don't even need the aerospace when they have cloud. Was it SoundCloud or whatever the hell it's called?
Yeah, SoundCloud.
They don't need the radio. They don't need anybody but social media, and they doing pretty fine getting their music out and about.
It, I refuse. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I refuse. I refuse. Like this, like at some point, I feel like as adults, we got to be like, enough is enough. Like he shouldn't even be on a record label. He should be in fucking school. So, and that's like this, and this is kind of like the problem I have is just like he needs to be in fucking school. And even if you want him as an artist, you could at least develop him to where he's not, because I like where he's not saying shit like this, because like who the fuck is he talking, like who is he talking to, because if he's talking to someone else around his age, then like that's even bigger problem, because that's just like pushing this shit to like young children, and that's not good. So it's just like, which kind of like leads to my question, like who is this being promoted to, because you're like, and I get on like a lot of, especially a lot of today's hip hop, then and for the mid side and the women side, where it's just like this shit is just trash, and it's just like it seems like it's not getting any better, and then the fact that like shit like this is just like even in the airwaves,
Mhm.
it's fucking sad, because I like 50 years of hip hop, and I feel like this shit is about to die because of dumbass gimmicks and like this. And then
Mhm.
like this is just like the on the block performance. It's not even a music video, because I think the music video is
Yep,
probably,
that's the music video. They gonna probably take that same clip and turn into a music video.
They
It
got
probably was a
9-year-old.
music.
It's a 9-year-old drill rapper. It's just like, I ain't even look at him. It's just like, why is he a 9-year-old? This little
It,
nigga need to be in school.
it's sad, but you gotta remember, like we're in a new day and age. Like it's the the way times is, people will do anything for money. It's not about, oh, let's make sure this kid, like, yeah, he might do little videos where he tell the boy he need to be in school, but that's still cap because for some reason this boy is still outside. So, and these adult artists are probably listening to him harder than the kids, and it's probably some parents, like some kids, who probably even listen to him because let's be honest, it's a lot of cursing going on in certain people's houses. They be having things planned for that kids should not be listening to. All these kids know. At 9 years, I don't know why a kid knows ski. Like, why would you know Sexy Red songs at 9? But they do. A lot of kids know them. And her songs is vulgar. So I'm like, it's it's a weird, the 23s, like I'm like, it's a weird era
We
we're
done
in.
lost
Like,
our damn
at this
mind.
point in time, people, it's all about the bag. It's all about the money. It's not about anything other than the money. They're not caring about self development. They just want to see if they can make a quick hundred million or whatever they can. And let's hope and pray he makes it to 18, 19, 20, 30 years old. And he don't beef with somebody or, you know, have to spend the rest of his life in prison. So I don't know.
Hmm.
But to him, to us, it's just it's ridiculous. But to him, this is his normal day life. It is not him being different. This is just for him. This is normal. For us as adults, it's just like, really, who's raising this kid? But when you look at his background, his family, I don't know. And unless CPS want to do their job and pull him from his family and from this whole situation, but clearly they're not doing that. And it's not like he's not visible. He's clearly not going to school 24/7. So I don't know how y'all haven't pulled them from failed attendances, but this point,
Every adult around him should be arrested. That's all I'm gonna say. Every adult around him should be arrested.
well, the first should be the government because clearly they're not doing their part.
Anybody else have something to say before I shut it down? Uh,
Mm-mm. I got one word, and that's belt.
no. Okay. Well, on that
That's a
note,
big word.
ass whipping. On that note, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. I would like to thank the panel for jumping in as usual. I'd like to thank all of y'all for listening to hear us talk our shit again. This is You Know What? Let me just say podcast and sign it out. Peace.
Yeah.
Bye.